Here we go. I think we're live. Let's find out, shall we? All right. Welcome back to cryptofront. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Let's go ahead and take a look at the market one more time. Really, this is a crazy moment that we are living through, and I know that it's not easy for a lot of people right now. But there is something that I just thought about, right? And this is coming from the kind of moments that we were living back in the previous two cycles, right? So I'm talking about 2017 and I'm also talking about 2021. And that has to do with the Bitcoin dominance. So what we have actually seen is that in the recent crash that we have had in the market, instead of the Bitcoin dominance going up, meaning that altcoins are losing way much more compared to the Bitcoin price, we've actually seen the opposite, meaning that altcoins are doing better than Bitcoin in these circumstances. And really, this is the thing that was triggering me to say that, okay, maybe, just maybe, we are headed for altcoin season. Now, this is so crazy to say something like that, especially in current market conditions, because, I mean, uh, who is going to be calling for an altcoin season when things have crashed like to the floors? Basically, there is nothing going on with altcoins. So we want to take a look at those things, and I'll show you what my thoughts are exactly. Then from there, obviously, I want to do a Q&A. You have got the charts that you want us to talk about, then we can talk about them nice and easy, no problem with that. So let me just go ahead and start with the Bitcoin dominance here and explain the things that you are seeing on the screen here. It's looking like, a crazy setup altogether, but let's just go ahead and erase some of the things that we have here. So I'm going to get rid of these things slowly but surely as I was comparing the Bitcoin dominance to some of the altcoins that we had back in the day. But as you can see now, we've got a clear chart, and this is the Bitcoin dominance on a weekly time frame. Now, what we are seeing with the Bitcoin dominance is that it's dropping again, right? But we also have got a bearish divergence here, in which you can see that the RSI is really trending towards the downside for the last maybe 4 weeks or so. But at the same time, we're also seeing that the Bitcoin dominance was actually rising towards the upside. So this is bearish divergence basically. Now, I would think that in the coming few days or so, this thing has a trend towards the downside, and we know what happens and what that means. That means that money is coming out of Bitcoin and it's being rotated back into altcoins. So altcoins, because they have got like relatively smaller market caps, they are projected to basically perform better than Bitcoin. And usually I'm looking for this whole thing to be tested here, this work of accumulation pattern. So I'll be anticipating the Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin dominance, to be dropping maybe by 18% or something like that in a scenario like just what I'm describing right now. So let's get back to this level here. And then in this moment, as we're dropping down here, this is when we're going to see a lot of altcoins doing pretty well. Now, just so we have a glimpse of what has been happening, this is, Quant, for example. Now, Quant hasn't been doing well, but can you believe that within the crash that we have seen in the market, it has actually managed to go up maybe 36%. But if we actually go ahead and take a look at where it has been coming from, ever since the bottom, it's up 60% when BTC was coming from 108 all the way down to something like 83. So this is just, a glimpse of the things that I think are going to be coming really pretty much fast in this market. So let me go back to that Bitcoin dominance once again and show you how these things have actually turned out to be. So yeah, what you see here is the Bitcoin price chart here in blue, and you see the dominance right here down below. And I'll take a look at where the pivotal moments have actually came in. Let's go ahead and get rid of those drawings one more time. And also notice that the Bitcoin dominance doesn't fall up until Bitcoin is already topped. So even if you are in the belief that Bitcoin has stopped and the bull market is over, one thing that is missing here is this Bitcoin dominance falling, right? And that means that altcoins are going to be flourishing. So that was the case back here in 2017. And you can also see pretty much the same thing even in 2020. So after Bitcoin had peaked right around these levels here, this is where you see really the Bitcoin dominance starts to crater very much fast and very violently towards the downside. So whether the Bitcoin market has started or not, I think that we still should be bullish, especially for altcoins, because there is this missing component. And what this thing has spelled in the past is that altcoins tend to do well in moments like this one. So yeah, I would say it's not over until it's over. Now, this can be totally wrong and something like that, but really, if history is going to be any indication of what the past has been, or what the future is going to be looking like, basically, I think that, yeah, there is still an altcoin season that can happen. I know it sounds so crazy, oh my God, to say that, we're going to have an altcoin season in these current situations when everybody has pretty much lost hope. We're seeing, Ethereum being, hacked and stuff like that. That's a little bit crazy, but still, I want to believe that this is the kind of moment that we are in. And I've always said time and again, right, we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom here. It's probably where we are going to die as well. So it's a binary bet, right? You either win or you lose. So I'm thinking that, yeah, we're getting closer and closer to a moment like this where the Bitcoin dominance totally collapses towards the downside. And again, the basic meaning right there is that altcoins are going to be doing well. Now, have we ever seen something like this happening in the past is a question that a lot of people may be asking. Let me just show you real fast with that, chart that I was showing you at the beginning of the video, which you can see here. Okay, these are the moments that we have had the Bitcoin dominance dropping. Let's go ahead and compare what altcoins were doing back in the day. So let's go ahead with the example of Dogecoin, which was available or which was there in both cycles, both in 2021 and in 2017. And we can also compare it with things like we can see here, maybe Axie Infinity, which was there last bull market. And then we can also go with BNB, we can go with Ethereum, we can also go with maybe something like Cardano, we can go with Ethereum Classic, we can go with Litecoin, for example. Let's just see the behaviors of what I'm talking about. Is it something that is feasible? Can it actually happen in real life? So maybe we can go with Ethereum Classic too. I think we've already added that. Now, what you notice with this chart is that, again, remember, we're saying that the Bitcoin dominance crashes when BTC had already topped. But take a look at this. This is the moment in which we saw altcoins really going aggressive. And this is not a long time. We're talking about a month, right? We're talking about 3 months at most. So this is the moment Bitcoin has already peaked. The dominance starts crashing and altcoins are flourishing back here in 2017, as you can see right there. Now it even gets crazier here in 2021 because, again, we're seeing the Bitcoin dominance dropping right there once again. Then in that moment, this is also when you're seeing a lot of altcoins popping. Now in 2021, we had 2 peaks, right? So that's why you see some other coins peaked right here, then others went on to peak in the second peak of the dominance. So up until this point, we haven't seen much. We have seen some obviously going, like maybe things like XRP. They have done really, really well, but we haven't seen that second wave of the dominance falling. And I'm thinking that this is the second moment that we're going to be seeing the whole thing pushing towards the upside once again. So this is a thought that I've just thought about, having lived the 2017 cycle, and it was almost very much identical to see that, okay, everybody had lost hope at that point. The top for Bitcoin had already came in, but altcoins hadn't really done much. And it was in that moment that they were just deciding to say, you know what, it's go time and we are flying towards the tail end of everything. So all hope is not lost in my humble opinion. And we are seeing something like that today where BTC crashed all the way down to something like, $83,000. And we're seeing altcoins basically not moving or doing anything at all. So I don't know why this thing is not loading, but let's find out, shall we? Bear with me. All right, yeah, so the example that I was giving here is Quant. It's looking very, very good. I don't know if you have been noticing, but take a look at the right side of my screen here. We are seeing a lot of things actually up. Now, Pi Network is a little bit different because it's a new project altogether, but things like Binary X, Rune, Taboo Token, TIA, they're up even by double digits in a day where BTC is down by 4%. So in my humble opinion, I think the rotation has begun happening. Obviously, at this point, nobody believes that. People can only believe when they've seen things really go towards the upside. They will be late by then, and it may actually cause losses in my humble opinion, but it is what it is. This is exactly what my thoughts are. But if I'm to go to individual coins, maybe we can start here with Jasmy Coin, because I know that a lot of you guys are Jasmy fans. We can talk about Altcoin as well. We can talk about Quant. We can talk about ICP Internet Computer Protocol. We can talk about basically everything, right? And then we're going to be doing a Q&A where we can discuss the whole thing. So I don't know why I started with Altcoin. Maybe we can just go with Altcoin and then we can come back to Jasmy later on. So Altcoin is very easy. It's a very bullish chart, but maybe for some people it may be feeling like it's not a bullish chart very much because it has crashed 40% in recent memory. I'm talking about a few days ago. But what you were seeing here is that the whole thing had a what can be called this range. Then the price managed to break out of the range. It's having a back test right now, and I think that pretty much is done here, right? The support has held pretty well, and we are looking to push towards the upside now. We may stay down here for a few days, but I think we're not going to be breaking below this whole support level. This is right around $0.007 here for Telcoin. Now my price targets are as follows. I'm targeting first something like 4.5 cents. Then for 4.5 cents, I'm looking to see if we can get rid of the retracement levels, and we're looking towards something like 10 cents here, 10, 11 cents as a conservative price target. In case the whole thing really goes absolute bananas, 28 cents is where I would be looking forward to the full Fibonacci extension level. But for now, I think that, it's too early to talk about those things. Let's get to 4.5 cents first, clear that retracement level, get into price discovery, and target something like 10 cents. So I'm very bullish on it. I think that we have reached support levels, even though BTC can go down to something like $83,000, $77,000, whatever the case may be. I don't think for most altcoins we're going to be seeing new lows. And I think that Telcoin is one that is primed for a great bull run if, my thesis happens to hold, right? I'll get into the chat and see what you guys want me to talk about, but let me just go ahead and talk about Jasmine for a second. So I know that a lot of people are interested in Jasmine, and with Jasmine here, it's also very simple that, we have had a good run, to be honest with you, but now the thing is we have gotten back to a major support level. Now, the way we have done this is the one which is crazy. Like, I think it's 7 or 8 weeks straight in a row that have been red. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight weeks towards the downside. But we have found some support level. The good thing here about Jasmine right now is that, look, we have got a week towards the downside, meaning that some buyers were willing to step in and buy the price right here. So that's very good. This is the ultimate support for me, in my humble opinion. And I was just outlining yesterday that, look, if the move towards the upside fails here, we can still make money here on Jasmine. How are we going to be able to do that? If this whole thing breaks towards the downside here, it makes a back test, and obviously we're looking to short the price towards the downside. If we are able to catch it nice and easy, still you can come up with maybe a 3x, a 4x, a 5x, even a 10x if you happen to know exactly what you are doing here with your short position on Jasmine. So one way or the other, I think we have to make money on Jasmine. We have to. It's a must. So that's where we are with Jasmine. But I think that ultimately we're on a massive support level here that, we can either retrace back to something like 4 cents basically, or even go way higher as we've been talking about the altcoin season, that we are saying that rotation is happening right now. BTC dominance is dropping when it's actually supposed to be going up. Usually when fear is at its peak, like we are at 21 right now. These are historical levels. We should be seeing the Bitcoin dominance actually peaking, but that's exactly the opposite thing that we are seeing. In any case, let's go ahead and take a look at ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, and we can get into the chart. So let's go ICP USDT. And with ICP, it was really interesting for me to see that in the last 7 days, ICP is only down like 8%. So ICP, again, just like Jasmine, has already reached its peak support levels here on a weekly time frame. And I don't really see these levels being broken. If they get broken for ICP, maybe something like $5 here is another major support level, but I'm not really seeing altcoins doing much towards the downside here. They have bled. Like, what is there to sell, right? I mean, think about it. If you're going to be selling altcoins, these things are down like 70, 80%, 90%. What really are you selling, right? Let's say you were buying back here in March. Up until today, you're down 74%. What really are you selling there? So that's why I think that the room towards the downside is very much limited for altcoins. For BTC, we can drop all the way to $77,000. But for ICP, if we go from $6.30 to $5, okay, what the hell difference does it make, right? Not much, in my humble opinion. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one that we usually talk about on the channel. Let me just go ahead and look at the list and see which one I wanted to talk about. I think I wanted to talk about what was that? Man, I've forgotten. Oh yeah, ACH. Alchemy Pay, because I know a lot of people also are interested in Alchemy Pay because they hold Telcoin. These are things which are almost related. Now with Alchemy Pay, the thing is that long term, like the big run begins when you have crossed something like 0.05 here. If you happen to break and close a weekly candle outside of 5 cents, I think a 16x burn can actually happen. I can't believe I'm talking about a 16x and a potential bull run when things are exactly as they are right now in the market, but I don't know. I can't help it, man. I really can't help it. There are some things that I'm seeing and I simply can't ignore them. And I'm looking at this resistance here, saying that if this whole thing is broken, it has been tested 1, 2, 3 times already. The fourth time I think is a charm, and we're going to be breaking towards something like 86 cents thereabout. This is my humble opinion once again. I don't know if I'm going to be right or wrong, but only time will tell. So I'm bullish on Alchemy Pay. Give it time, give that dominance time to crash. And these things, the funny thing is that they will happen in a short space of time, maybe 2 weeks or something like that, and then we're good. Then I also wanted to take a look at XRP. Yeah, XRP is looking very good and very strong. The only problem that I have with XRP is that if you didn't have it before, maybe when it was like 54 cents or something like that, it's not maybe going to be as profitable as it would have been, but yeah, it's looking very good. So long term, again, XRP is coming from this symmetrical triangle of 7 years. You don't tell me that, okay, the 7-year consolidation here only gets satisfied by a 300% pump. Yeah, I mean, in traditional stocks and stuff like that, yeah, I can totally agree with you on that, but this thing is far from done in my humble opinion. I wouldn't say that selling at $8, this is where I would start to say, okay, this is making sense to start selling XRP right now, because this is a 2.61 Fibonacci extension level right there. So maximum, I think maybe $13 is what XRP can do. Again, today these things sound very crazy, but let XRP go to $5 and you tell people that, you know what, I think that XRP can get to $8 or maybe $13. They'll say that, you know what, that's FUD, because it's going to go way higher. It's going to go to $50, it's going to go to $30 and stuff like that. But my best price target for me is $13.64 XRP. And I'm looking at it and like, okay, when can this thing happen? Because we are seeing that right now, look, XRP is not dropping any lows. BTC is cratering towards 83K. XRP is holding very much strongly, even if it comes all the way down here to like $1.70. This is exactly where it was like about 3 weeks ago. Nothing crazy would have happened. You wouldn't have broken much of structure, but even the way it's looking right now, it's too good. It's just too good. And usually structures like these ones, they just may waddle a little bit here down, but eventually you're looking to push towards the upside. So again, once again, bullish on XRP. I may be wrong, I don't know, but I think this is looking way much better than Bitcoin, if you ask me the truth, because this is also just looking like an ABC correction towards the downside. So that's good. Like, I also wanted to talk about Ondo Finance, because there was some news that we saw that they partnered with, what was that, MasterCard. The market really didn't move very much because today is a crazy day, but in the future, in future coming days, people are going to be very much interested in seeing what had happened right there. Now, this is a very important structure and a good one for that matter, because what you see here is that from a retracement perspective, from the very top until the bottom, you had reached your 1.61 Fibonacci extension level. Now, what has happened is that you have come back in an A, B, C correction. It seems like the correction is done, and you're looking to push to high Fibonacci retracement level. So I would not be surprised at all if I see Ondo Finance reaching something like $4.60 here in this bull cycle. So let's keep this chart like this, and we'll come and revisit it in the future. But this is looking okay too. Now let's say something really super crazy happens around 74 cents is where you would get supported. But once again, my thesis is on the fact that I think that there's rotation that is happening in the market right now, and we're not going to be seeing much downside in altcoins, especially because there's nothing much to say. Now for Ondo, it may be a little bit different because it's still a profitable chart, but there's some charts which are still on the floor right now, and you're wondering, okay, if anybody's going to be selling, what really are they selling? Nothing much in my humble opinion. You know what? Let's talk about what you guys want to talk about in the chat here, so we can jump right into the chat. Let me go to the top. We are in a bear market. No more excitement this year. No, I don't think so. We are still very much close to the top, and people are scared. Yes, I understand that 100%. But when we have had historically figures of 21 on the Fear and Greed Index, this is exactly the moment it has said buy the dip, right? For real. Buying the dip at 21 Fear and Greed Index is probably the best thing that can happen. No financial advice, but people are not excited. Yes, 100%. People always get excited towards the top, right, or very good price section. But why would you buy when something is already up 60%, when you can buy it when it's down 60%. I think it's a much better deal, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. I'm buying it like crazy. Yeah, I think you're gonna be a winner if you're gonna be buying Ethereum right now. It has a lot of fun, as if it's nothing. But people forget that 80, 85%, 90% even of this market is built on Ethereum. So you should actually be cheering for Ethereum, and you can't be bullish on anything else if you're not bullish on Ethereum. Let me just explain this real quick, because Ethereum supports a lot of all these other chains, and these chains liquidity are built on ERC20, right? The ERC20 token. So if Ethereum goes down by, let's say, 10%, automatically everything else that is built on Ethereum has to go down by 20%, because their liquidity pools are in ERC20 tokens, right? So that's why you haven't seen much. But market makers have actually found it very easy to manipulate the market this cycle, because they just crash Ethereum, everything else just goes down totally like that. But it's coming back, in my humble opinion. This is my own thoughts anyways. Let's take a look at the next one here. Way to buy BTC at $59,000. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, those figures are still far. Still far. All right, let's get. I sent BTC dump also every time we are hitting 87K. Bitcoin dominance was falling, and coins like HBAR were getting a lot of volume. I think I agree with this guy, Victor, because yeah, that's exactly what my school of thought is. I think there is rotation that is happening right now. It's not yet clear, because there's a lot of smoke right now. A lot of damage has happened, a lot of liquidations have happened. People cannot really see what is happening, but I think that's exactly what is happening. Anyways, I'm showing you a red section here. This is not what the market is like for the most part. This market is looking like this. Look, there are things which are up double figures. In any case, let's take a look at what the chart is saying here. Somebody say that wait for BTC to $59,000. Well, not yet, in my humble opinion. I think that right now maybe you can be calling for $74,000. Okay, that's acceptable. $59,000 is a little bit crazy, unless and until we have like a big black swan event, like which even crashes everything, like stock market, gold, and stuff like that. Speaking of gold, I mean, I'll show you the gold chart, which also is indicating something very positive for crypto. In any case, let me continue here. I got an eye on ASM. Okay. So ASM, I think, is assemble, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at that chart, the assemble chart, and find out what it's communicating. So that's ASM USDT. Somebody was interested about this thing in our Discord group. Yeah. So let's take a look at assemble AI. So okay. Wow. It's still doing well, relatively okay against the other things. So I don't know. Here I had been doing some analysis on it, and I was drawing a trend line here on the weekly time frame, and it got respected very strongly. That's nice. That's very good. Let's see on the daily time frame to see if we've got more detail. Yeah, I think I would just go with the analysis that I've had before. So from the very top retracement level, you come back once again. I think as long as you're maintaining this trend line, yeah, you can go ahead and still maybe find a way to pop towards the upside, find some resistance, and still be able to walk around this trend line right there. However, if you break the trend line, I think it gets much more crazier here, because we also have to understand that AI is no longer a big narrative in this market right now. You'll be looking for support levels way down here, in my humble opinion. Let's see, because AI is not as hot, and if these tokens have actually been so hot, maybe some people are deciding to exit them. So I would think that the support level here has to hold the trend line. This is what, 2.5, 2.8 cents. Am I saying correctly? Yeah, 2.8 cents basically, around 2.8 cents. But this is dynamic anyway. It's going to be changing as you progress here. Yeah, I mean, we need to do a much more detailed analysis on this chart. That's the only thing that I drew the last time I looked at it. But let's find out. Let's find out more. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the other things. Guys, if you see my eyes red like this, it's because it's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. here. But I just said, it's been long. I want to communicate something. If you make videos in times like this ones, people don't watch because they're not interested. But if you go on a live stream, we can have maybe back and forth, right? If you disagree with something, you can just go ahead and write in the chat box, and we can exchange ideas while they're real fast. So let's see. Uh, ASM, okay, we look at this vampire sucked out my planet. I get no more. Anyways, Stokes said, how do you stay so calm in times like this, especially not knowing how the market will go? A very good question. How do you stay calm? I think the only advantage that I have is being in the market for a very long time. I mean, we have seen so many crazy things in the market. I'll just give you a few examples. The Terra Luna crash, I don't know if you were here in 2021. Imagine having held the token like that and see it go to zero like that very much and still surviving. Yeah, these are the kind of things that help you stay calm 100%. The FTX collapse, it affected all of us, everybody. We're still here. Banks were crashing back then in 2021, I'm very sure. I mean, still here. Imagine holding XRP and that's, everything else was going for a bull run, right? And the SEC came out and said, you know what, Ripple, XRP is a security, and it didn't do well in that bull run. Imagine holding XRP at that point. These are the things that help you stay calm in the market. I mean, a lot has happened before that. In March in 2021, there was the COVID-19 pandemic, for example. We're there, still here. So I think these are the things that make people stay calm in the market. It's experience and just time in the market, honestly speaking, and having a reference point to say that, okay, in the past, when something like this has happened, it has actually turned out to be something that is amazing. That is what a lot of people are not talking about right now, that, okay, look, we are seeing these crazy liquidations like we have never seen in the market before. But one thing that they all have in common is that they've all marked bottoms. Right now, yes, it feels differently because it feels like altcoins are going to zero because they haven't done well in this bull market. It's only Bitcoin which is going to be the winner. I don't think so. I mean, did you see how many outflows were being sold today? Like, was it $600 million, $700, $800 million of BTC being sold by the same institutions which were saying that, we want ETFs because there's high demand for Bitcoin and stuff like that. So look, the market has not changed at all. We're still in the same market where altcoins really do well. But there is this illusion that it's only going to be Bitcoin this time around. And no, that's not what the data says. I've shown you how the dominance chart has crashed. It has actually crashed towards the very end of the Bitcoin run. So let's go ahead and show you that one more time. So this is where we are right now. And we're also seeing this one. Okay, now this one, look, Bitcoin dominance had started crashing right there, right? When Bitcoin was in distribution here. But look at where it starts to accelerate very much strongly. It's already after the top has come in for Bitcoin. Yeah, some people may be arguing that, oh, look, this is the top right here. Yeah, okay, you can say something like that. But when you take a look at all the indications, it says that this here was the actual top. But in any case, I mean, I don't want to argue with that. Let's go ahead. Bitcoin $5. If Bitcoin goes to $5, man, that would be crazy. And then great analysis levels. That crash was crazy. Yeah, I mean, they've all been crazy things. If you've lived through moments like these ones, what we are having right now, I don't know, man. It sounds like peanuts. I don't want to say that, but because I know that some people are in pain right now, and some people actually bought the exact top. But no, this is pretty much nothing. We are still very good in this market. Let's see. Our sound when BTC hit $15,000, we were all around. Yeah. So those 15K levels, I think people were calling for what? No, I think we bottomed right around $17,000 here, $17,000, but people were calling for 15K. I really don't remember what happened, man. But I know, yeah, a crazy figure was being called for here when BTC was right around that 20,000. Where did Bitcoin bottom? I've forgotten that. We'll have to check that later on. But in any case, when we were here, yeah, the FUD was too much. It was really crazy. And that was also the time when interest rates were being raised. Everybody was losing their mind. They were saying that, they're going to be raising interest rates and this is going to be crashing the market. No, we still rose all the way up here in that environment when there was quantitative tightening. So yeah, don't believe everything that you see online, especially in pivotal moments or in extreme conditions like what we are seeing right now. it's so popular to say that we're going to zero, sell your altcoins, buy Bitcoin right now. This is the most popular thing to say, but I think it's wrong. I don't know. This is the way I am. I also don't get a lot of things wrong, but one thing that I do is I'm very much stubborn and I stick to exactly what I believe, right? Because I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, well, Bitcoin dominance is always crashed after the market is already topped. So even if you say that, okay, the market is stopped right there. So the thing that we are looking forward to should be that the Bitcoin dominance should crash, right? It has to sometime here. And that means that altcoins have to go. Now, if you're saying that sell altcoins and buy Bitcoin, isn't that looking like you're promoting people to be exit liquidity for the whales who are now profitable on Bitcoin? They'll sell that and then they'll jump into altcoins and pump them. Now, how would you make money in such an environment? It's crazy. It's really crazy. Let's see. Yeah, guys, I think, if you don't have any questions here in terms of like which charts we want to take a look at, maybe we can call it a day. It was nice chatting with you, but of course, if you still have got any questions, yeah, we can talk about them real fast. Go ahead and let's take a look at the charts that you want us to take a look at. As you are looking for your questions right there, let me show you. There is this altcoin called Eigenlayer. I think it's going to be the next big thing. The reason why I think it's going to be the next big thing is because it has got a lot of liquidity. If you go to DeFi Llama and see the altcoins with like TVL, oh, 1 minute. Yeah, okay, I promise to talk about XCN as well. Okay, we can't go off stream without talking about XCN. Yeah, so XCN, the thing with XCN right now is it's crazy. All right, this chart usually crashes towards the downside, but I've been saying obviously in all my updates and stuff like that, yeah, it can crash towards the downside, but eventually it has to pump and push up, just like we were seeing here with Toncoin. Let me just put Ton here on a daily time frame, and maybe we can have a better view right there. Let's go. Yeah, so this is Toncoin on the right hand side, and this is XCN on the left hand side. So time and again, I've been saying that I'm a little bit bearish right now, and I'm looking for the price to crater very much strongly. But what I'll be looking from there is something like this and a push towards the upside. Now we're getting closer and closer to a main event with Onyx Coin. There's going to be a mainnet launch, and what we have seen in markets is that towards big events like that, the price can run. Then after the event, maybe it crashes totally and stuff like that. So because there is that catalyst here, I don't know if my analysis is going to stand, but until then, I think I'm going to be standing very much with what I believe here on Onyx Coin. It's not looking too good. Why I'm saying it's not looking too good is because a lot of people have actually made money here, and there are a lot of sellers, as you can see here. We're still in a downtrend, and these MFs are just going to be selling and selling and selling until they crash it. But even if they crash it long term, I think that we can have a nice comeback right there. So I hope you forgive me for being bearish on that thing, but yeah, let's find out, shall we? I'm already in a short position right there, but yeah, I can also be liquidated. It happens. Let's see. Where do crypto babies come from? Crypto babies, what's that? What is a crypto baby? I don't know what a crypto baby is. Let's see. Is there a cryptocurrency called ICP? And if there is, what do you think it's going? Okay. Okay, yeah, there is a cryptocurrency called ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. And thanks for the question, that was hilarious. But yeah, there is a cryptocurrency called ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, and it has got a dashboard like this one right there. If you ask me the future of the cryptocurrency, I think the future is bright, but I also have to be realistic sometimes that yes, it has a great community behind them and great use cases and stuff like that. I mean, technically speaking, it's better than most projects. Now, this is not enough in this market, trying to do well in terms of price. If you really want to do well in this market, yeah, you have to have the hype. You have to have like good price action and stuff like that. So ICP doesn't have that. Unfortunately, I don't know why. It just doesn't have the hype and all the things that you need for pumping towards the upside. But I think that sooner it's going to be having all those things because we're also seeing fundamentals like the revenue generated close to $1 million in a week. Things like this, yeah, they can push the price towards the upside. I think last week it was having like bigger revenues than Solana, just as an example. So if you keep that momentum, yeah, it can start pushing towards, the big. It's a good project. It's a good project, but the price action is trash. It's really trash. The community behind the project is amazing. It's fantastic. Everybody's good. But for one reason or the other, the price action is trash. I don't know. I heard somebody saying that they don't use market makers. I don't know what it's all about. I hold ICP Internet Computer Protocol just the way I was holding XRP when it was being trashed by everybody else. And you have to understand that in crypto, it's all about moments, right? It's a moment of 2 weeks, and ICP moves from $5, it goes all the way to $70. Everybody wants to buy there. Then maybe it can top right around $120, $200. The people who bought at $70 will not enjoy any of this, but people who were there at $5, yeah, they probably enjoyed more. At the same time, you also have to look at the opportunity cost. Like, okay, should I buy ICP, or maybe I should get into a project that is hot? So yeah, I like diversifying. A lot of people in the ICP community don't like that. They think that it's the only project that has got long-term stay. Well, I don't think so. I think that the market is full of crap, and sometimes that crap is also very much rewarded, even if you think, everybody thinks their project is the best, right? So yeah, for me, the best way to approach that whole thing is diversification. ICP, if you're asking where it's going, I think it's going to do good. Let's go to Cardano. Cardano has been quiet of late. I don't know why, but let me take a look at the long-term chart here for Cardano, because maybe we can have a little bit of much more understanding. Wow, my internet is so slow today. What's happening? What is this all about now? Wow. Just bear with me, man. Bear with me, but let's take a look at the Cardano price set, because it actually did well than I anticipated this bull cycle. So for now, we have come back to back test the support levels. I've always said that I don't think that a new all-time high for Cardano is possible, but let's see, right? To get higher into bigger retracement levels here from where the price is towards, it can as well get into a new all-time high, man. It can as well get into a new all-time high. Maybe $5 is something that can happen here for Cardano. It can do that, because if I say it gets into a retracement level, I'm only looking at something like 170 something percent pump. This is unnatural of altcoin bull runs. Then the next conservative price target that I can be looking forward to here is something like $4.90, basically $5 if we round it up for Cardano. Good, not bad. Somebody's asking about Jasmy. Yeah, our beloved Jasmy has come back to a massive support level. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Nice and easy. I saw it up here. It was looking very good in terms of its, let's see, Jasmy coin. No, the Jasmy coin community is very, very good. I had Jasmy right here. I saw it pumping towards 1.9 cents just now. Let's see, Jasmy USDT. Let's find out, shall we? This internet is trash. You know what? Let's try one more time. We need to take a look at Jasmy. Where is Jasmy? I had it right here on my wish list because I've been looking at it all day, trying to see if I made a good buy. I was buying some yesterday right around 1.66 cents. When I saw that support level, I was just like, you know what? If you're a Jasmy bull, this is the exact moment that you have to buy. Other than that, where else are you going to be buying? Are you going to be buying at 4 cents? No, it doesn't make any sense. Wow. Okay, you know what? Let's try one more time to take a look at the Jasmy price. I'm sorry about that. Let's take a look at it. Jasmy USDT. Okay, we can make use of the Binance chart here. Yeah, so I don't know who is asking about Jasmy, but Jasmy is back on a support level. And naturally speaking, on a support level, you expect the price to push towards the upside, right? Now, we don't have all the other indications that we always have had for Jasmy, but I'm not going to wait for those, right? I'm only going to be looking at those ones when I'm taking like long positions, like big long positions and stuff like that. So usually we take a look at the 50 daily moving average. Now, if you happen to start breaking the 50 daily moving average, which I think can take a week or two from now, this is where you, I mean, there's no doubt, because you can experience price action like this here. You can also experience things like this right there for Jasmine. But for now, I think that the bottom line is that we are sitting on top of a support level. And from a support level, you usually expect a bounce to happen right there. However, if the whole thing breaks towards the downside, we should still have a backup plan, right? If it breaks here, comes back and retests here, short the whole thing into oblivion to the next support level, which is right around 1 cent. I mean, 0.008 or something like that, 0.001, 0.008. You can walk away with the 5x, even though the price is still, trending towards the downside. I mean, it's just a backup plan for now, but I don't expect it to do that. I expect it to at least rally towards something like 4 cents here. Then we can make a decision later on. That's what the Jasmine price are right there. Let's take a look at the next one here. I got crushed on the 80 cents resistance with Cardano. It got crushed. Yeah, let's go back to that Cardano chart one more time. Did it really get crushed? Okay. So the rally that we had back in December led to something like $1.34, right? And then obviously it has had an APC correction. From there, it's just looking to build a range and push into retracement levels once again. But I'm saying that it doesn't make sense for Cardano to just go up 200% and then it slides out. No, I mean, this is a household name in crypto. A 6x is something that is very much possible in my opinion. That's why I'm saying that maybe $4.90 is something that is, okay, decent. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Bill's short time says thanks. Okay, 20 million Jasmine didn't sell yet, like an idiot. 20 million Jasmine, bro. When did you buy your Jasmine? I'm really curious to know, where did you buy the Jasmine? When? Sorry, not where. When did you buy the Jasmine assets that you have right now? All right, the next one says that Jasmine gonna be top 20 cryptocurrency soon. It's very possible. It is a good community, and the community is loud and very vibrant. The day we were having a crash, I posted saying, "Pulse check 1-2, is the Jasmine community still here?" Everybody came out and said, "We are still here. Why would we sell?" I did the same for other communities, which I won't mention right now because some people may get angry. There was nothing. People were gone. They had gone back to mama and they were crying, "Mama, mama, take me home." Anyways, let's go here. H-bar. H-bar is another thing that a lot of people are asking. Yeah, so I'm mentioning communities time and again here. It's really something that is very important in a bull cycle to belong to a community, because the louder your community gets, it drags more people in. And if we were to expand here into this market, yeah, then you're looking to bring new investors in. It really drives the price towards the upside, and just like that, it becomes socially acceptable, in my humble opinion. So this is H bar. Usually I like to take a look at H bar from a market cap standpoint, but with this kind of internet, I mean, what are we even doing right here? So yeah, I'm not very bullish on H bar in terms of like the percentages. I think that it is already done well, because if you see from the bottom here, it's still up 100 something, and at some point it was up maybe a 9x or something like that. So I think this thing has already run. So I would be looking at right around a 92 cents a dollar as a main price target for H bar. But then again, if you take a look at from like a profit standpoint, this is only something like a 400% from where the price is sitting right now. I don't know. I'm not very bullish on H bar. I'm not very bullish on it really, because it has already had a huge one. Let's just say from the bottom here, if it happens to touch that 97 cents, it would have already done something like a 23x. That's pretty much decent. However, if it goes to surprise me, right, and do something like $1.50, yeah, that's good. That's really, really good. So percentages don't look very enticing for me on H bar. Maybe I'm wrong totally, but this is just me. They don't really look that enticing. But right now we are back testing the 16 cents here, which was the first retracement level. Let's hope it holds. Other than that, if it fails to hold here, it has to come back way lower. My thoughts on H bar are not very strong, to be honest with you. I'm not confident in anything that I'm saying right now, but yeah, maybe this is a support level. I'm saying maybe. I don't like that too much. let's see what happens here at 16 cents. I'll leave it like this. I'm not very confident in my analysis here on H bar. Maybe I have got an attitude towards it. I don't know, but I know that it's one of the greatest cryptocurrencies out there. Fundamentals too good. I mean, who has, you know, things like Boeing on their validator list? I mean, it's too good. But just from an, you know, a percentage standpoint, I don't see the risk to reward ratio making sense, unless if you're somebody who was already in it, right around maybe 5 cents or something like that. Yeah, perfect, you're good. If it goes to something like, you know, 92 cents, 97 cents, a dollar, fantastic, good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one here. Yo, hello. I transferred 5 of my 60 million Jasmine to have 1 Bitcoin. Man, I don't know. I transferred 5 million out of the 16 million. Why Bitcoin right now though? Can you please answer that question? Hey bro, Metal Detecting England, can you please tell me why you transferred that Jasmine into Bitcoin? A wrong move. Should I at least spot ETH or Litecoin? Well, I agree with this person who say this. The person just read my mind, right? Like, okay, look, we're not giving financial advice here, just in case this whole thing goes wrong, right? But why Bitcoin? Why Bitcoin? I want to know that, because there are things like Litecoin, Quant, which are looking very strong against BTC, by the way. Ethereum will always outperform BTC. Anyways, when altcoin season 2, I mean 2 weeks later, I couldn't say this name, but it says Pulubing Gala went out season. I would say altcoin season 2 weeks later. Altcoin season 2 weeks later, and we're good. We're all waiting for BTC to go down. We're all waiting for BTC. Yeah, people don't like Bitcoin too much. So I only have 11 million Jasmine and 1 whole Bitcoin, 1 million XCN and 600,000 Swift coin. Is it a good portfolio? Yeah, man, this portfolio would have been so nice maybe 3 weeks ago, especially with that Swift token. Let's see, man. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and try to take a look at Swift coin, right? Let's see if it's looking good still. Swift TC. But man, if you bought those things like before they pumped, you are the real deal, man. You are the real deal. I don't know how you got into massive communities like this. Yeah, by the way, I want to give a shout out to somebody. I don't know who this somebody is, but you see this live stream that I'm doing, just like what I'm doing right now. This person kept on saying that Onyx coin, this and that. I eventually bought Onyx coin. I'll show you the level I bought it and where I sold it. And I just want to say thank you to that guy, because he was really persistent in asking about Onyx coin. I eventually caved in and I bought, and I turned out to be so profitable. I didn't even expect it to happen that fast. So I want to give a shout out. That's why I love these live streams too. You guys are really fantastic. All right, so Swift coin, nah, support has been broken. So I looked at this thing the day before yesterday, and I said, well, this thing has been broken. Okay, the support has been broken. We can see that. Does it mean it's going to be crashing towards the downside? I remembered this moment right here. It felt like that too. So there can be one more leg towards the upside with this whole thing here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A fifth leg towards the upside. Let's see. Again, my analysis on Swift coin is not very strong. If you had asked me a month ago, yeah, I would have told you all the bullish things that you wanted to hear. But right now, my analysis is not too good. I think I have to take time to look at this just one more time. I only have 11 Swift coin. Yeah, this portfolio was really good 3 weeks ago. I don't know about now. Sitting pretty well. Pretty, if you were to ask me. I like the ratios too. We're here together in the fight against poverty. Yeah, we have to fight against poverty, man. Your BTC will go up real quick and down. Yes, okay. We're going to 130 for Bitcoin at the top. So I will sell and keep my money in the Go wallet, then buy 2 Bitcoins at the end of the bear market and have the rest of crypto for profit. Well, Little Betty came out of nowhere with the good news. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, but the strategy of exiting into Bitcoin when the bear market begins is a good one. I think it's a solid one because it means that you can just go ahead and buy a lot of altcoins at the cheap and just get ready for the next cycle if we are to continue with this cycle. But who is to say that we're not going to continue doing the same thing? I mean, we've been doing the same thing since 2013, basically. So, yeah, let's see. Guys, if you have got any more things that you want us to take a look at, I think you can go ahead and do that. I mean, don't keep me waiting too much because I also will run out of things to say and end up calling the live stream prematurely. So let's go ahead. Tell me the things that you want us to take a look at, and we can do exactly that. All right, let's find out, shall we? 10 million XCN and sold. That's how I got the power to buy up to 400,000. It's gonna come back and down to 260k now. Yeah, XCN. I don't know, but XCN has got a main event I think on the 3rd of March, and because of that, we may see the price really rally up towards the upside. Immediate short term, just as I've been showing with you, I'm not very bullish on it, but I think that even with that very structure, there is a way you still manage to come back and even go towards something like 7 cents. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with Onyx Coin. Again, there's an amazing community behind that thing. It's really good. It's just like Jasmine, just like XRP, just like HBAR, for example. Be careful, make the wrong move. You all major taxes. Yeah, there's also the issue with Texas. Yeah, I don't know you guys where you live. For me, I don't really have to worry about Texas that much. They don't chase us bigly like that. But in the United States, places like Canada, UK, oof, man, I don't know. I mean that's the price you have to pay at least of living in a fantastic and amazing country. I'm putting that in quotes. I mean, if somebody's taking away my money, that's not too amazing. But let's see. All right, let's see. Good stream, brother, and appreciate the analysis. See you on the next one. Yeah, we can do this on the next one, guys. Maybe tomorrow if there's time and stuff like that. We'll find out. I know that right now videos are not the best way of communicating because the situation also is very much volatile. People are not interested and stuff like that. So the small and the little people who want to hear about crypto, I think, can just jump in. Oh yeah, I was saying that I think that there's a new narrative. There are two narratives that I think are going to be playing out when we are going to be recovering here. Number one is staking. The reason why I say that is because we have seen with Ethereum ETFs that they have applied for staking and stuff like that, right? Now, there are some staking protocols that we know, and I think they're going to obviously big winners. Number one is Eigenlayer. It's a restaking platform on Ethereum, and those things are going to be gaining traction in my humble opinion, because how else are you going to be staking that Ethereum? You have to use those liquidity pools and stuff like that. So I think that staking on Ethereum is going to be the next big move if those ETFs gets approved, right? So leading up to that moment, if we see staking protocols doing well, I would personally be jumping towards that. So that's the first narrative that I think the market is going to be moving towards, because right now everybody has concluded that meme coins are MFs and nobody wants to be messing around with them. So meme coins, count them out. They're totally out. Then we have things like AI, which totally flopped in my humble opinion. I mean, we have seen things like Fetch AI, Near Protocol. I don't think they're going to do well. They only did well because of ChatGPT then. But do they have long-term stay? I don't think so. AI agents, they were all scams. They're out. What is the other big narrative that we were saying? DeFi, for now, not so much. But I think part of it can come back, especially with restaking. That's why I'm bullish on things like Eigenlayer and every other restaking protocols, especially on Ethereum. If those ETFs gets approved, I mean, in terms of like the staking for Ethereum, that will be fantastic. Now, the next narrative also comes into DeFi on Bitcoin, right? Meaning staking also. There are things like Solve Protocol, right? There are also things like Bitfinity from the Internet Computer. I think those things will also start to gain traction, because if Staking on Ethereum is approved. Where else can it go? It can go to Bitcoin. Then the Bitcoin DeFi narrative can actually start building. So these are the narratives that I'm looking forward to: restaking and staking on Bitcoin and Ethereum. But also there's another one, which is the payments. The payments narrative, I think, is going to gain traction because of XRP and Stellar Lumens. Yeah, they've been there before, but we have seen that there are new competitors which have come into the market. We have seen things like Velo Protocol. We have seen things like, even the XCN that we are talking about, even Swiftcoin that we are talking about, it's under that payments thing. And we also see things like Alchemy Pay, things like Telcoin and stuff like that. So, yeah, that is a payments narrative is something that I think also is going to be gaining traction. And for one reason or the other, if you look at the charts of those things, the payments coins, they are way better than a lot of things that you're seeing. So maybe, just maybe, that's going to be the next narrative. I mean, we'd have to see how the whole thing goes. But I want to thank you so much for watching. Join hashtag Captain BNB. What is that all about? Do you expect Bitcoin to go to around 77K? Others say that a lot of liquidity in that area. Let me just answer that question real fast about Bitcoin. And I think those people are not really far. I would agree with them in a way. And let me show you why I think that is a possibility. But I just want to be saying, okay, yeah, it's possible. It's this and that. So I think you are aware of what is known as a CME gap, right? So when you take a look at this Bitcoin futures on the Chicago Merchant, what CME, Chicago Merchant, whatever the name, I will butcher it anyway. What we have right there are some gaps, and these gaps are usually filled in. So right now, as we are speaking, there is a gap here between. Look at this chart. There is a gap right around this level here. So that's stretching from $81,000 all the way down to something like $77,000. So if somebody is coming and telling you that, okay, look, Bitcoin can actually fall all the way down to something like $77,000, they have a very strong reason to say exactly that, because these usually get filled. You can see that there is just a gap right there, right? It usually gets filled. So a range between $81,000 and all the way to something like $77,000 is an area that can get filled. Now on top of that, there is also just a massive support level here, because this was close to the previous all-time high, right? So yeah, there is a strong argument for that $77,000 that they are talking about. 100%, there is a strong argument for that. But even in that scenario, I'm saying that I don't think that altcoins are going to be bleeding too much. Where can we go from now? People have sold and they have bought more. So what are you selling in an 80% loss, in a 70% loss? I don't think altcoins are going to be bleeding very much. It's Bitcoin to lose here, in my humble opinion. And if we also do something like this here, right, then a retrace of BTC towards the upside here would drive all altcoins into like a very fantastic one. Let's see how these things happen. But the fear here, I can't imagine it. I can't imagine the fear when the Bitcoin price is now dropping towards the downside. It's gonna be crazy. So do you expect Bitcoin? I don't think so. Somebody saying 82 was it, 82K was it. Well, I don't know. Let's hope. But the two reasons of the main support level being here around 74, 73, and also the CME gap being here is something that is a compelling argument, in my humble opinion. However, there is also another CME gap right here, which Bitcoin did not fill this week, around $94,000. So which CME gap will be filled first? The one up at $94 or the one down here towards $81,000? I don't know which one is close. There is $10,000 towards the upside. There is also about $3,000 towards the downside here to $81,000 to fuel the other one. Complicated scenario. We'll see. But in all of this here, I don't think that if you're holding any altcoins, you should be worried about anything. The loss has already happened here, and as price continues to move towards the downside, the loss is not going to be increasing that much. It's not going to be increasing that much. So we'll just wait and see. Okay. Oh, I've got something to talk about as well. You know what? We'll talk about this in the next video, in the next live stream, or anything like that. I'm so tired right now. If I check my time, it's 3:30 in the morning. 3:30 in the morning. But I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me and discussing the current conditions that we are seeing right now in the market. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in my videos. We'll talk about ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. We'll talk about Jasmine. We'll talk about XCN. We'll talk about a whole bunch of different things, Altcoin and stuff like that. I'll be keeping updates coming. So thank you so much. Have a good one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.